Mets closer Edwin Diaz ejected for sticky stuff, faces automatic 10-game suspension. As you know, he is the third Met. So the 8 guys have been suspended. 3 of them are Mets. I don't know why. Drew Smith, he joins Drew Smith and Max Scherzer. So in defense of the person who banged Max Scherzer, he was told to clean it off, went to clean it off, and it got stickier, and they got caught. Like it got worse. He was told once, it got worse. So I don't know what to tell you on that one. Drew Smith is weird. But Edwin, New York Mets closer Edwin Diaz ejected for 6 steps prior to pitching the bottom of the ninth. Literally, he got thrown out immediately. Your hand's too sticky. Now you guys saw it, right? He had like it looked like if you get like the back of duct tape on your hands and then you roll up like this and you do this a little bit. So like what happens is, especially when you throw a pearl, so you warm up with a new baseball, like all of the label and stuff will come off on your hand. So that even with rosin, like it takes literally nothing. Your hand could be wet and you'll get it. Like it's like almost like a lick on tattoo. It's actually kind of crazy, right? If you're nervous and you're just holding the ball like really tight and sweating for like 2 minutes and it's really hot, then you can literally get the like Rob's entire signature on your palm. So there's that. But Edwin, like, he's not denying that his hands were tacky. He's not. He's just like, it's just as tacky as it always is. You think Mendy should defend him? I mean, he kind of did, but like, I don't know what you can do there. 97 out of Deke, dude. Deke still throws freaking throws. Let's talk about why. Like, he's mad because he's like, I didn't do anything different. Like, why would I think that anything else would happen here? And it comes down to this, like, it just depends on who you get and whether or not they care. Full disclosure, I've been told in the past, hey, like, some of these guys are pretty tacky and other guys have nothing. And there's certain, like, just don't go crazy with it. Like, we understand you guys are down there like rubbing a ball down. We understand you guys are down there doing rosin, preparing it for innings before to get it perfect so it feels the same every time. Like, they get it, but like, you just get a guy who just goes, nope, anything is bad. Today is the day. But I don't know. I just don't know enough context here. And judging, like, you can tell he's like, yeah, my fingers are tacky, but like, it's the same thing as it always is. So why is this happening a problem right now? And that's the thing that's getting me right now. Like, why now? Is there a reason they don't just check spin rate? Because that's not a foolproof. The only way to know for certain is touching their fingers, man. And not everyone's trying to get spin rate. Suge's not a high spin rate person. It's not going to be something that is noticeable. Like, that's not how that works. Not everyone's trying to spin the ball as fast as they can. It's not the reason. Like, it comes down to sometimes guys who throw really hard like that, their command gets crazy erratic on their fastball because the balls are slick. They suck. A lot of times they're slick. Not all the time, but sometimes they're awful. Sometimes they're trash. Yeah, the suspension, in my opinion, is still just overboard. Can sticky stuff help reduce injury rates? That's case by case too. I don't think there's a specific reason or a specific thing to point to that would say that injury rates will go down if you use sticky stuff. It's all about the variables that are in play. Who talked about it? It was Glassnow talked a lot about how if you are used to having a certain level of tack on the ball and then that tack goes away, you're going to naturally grip the ball harder. You're probably going to recruit muscles that weren't being recruited at that level, and if you continue to try to throw hard at that level, eventually something's probably going to get out of whack. Does mud actually help scuff the balls? So mud doesn't scuff the balls. It's supposed to take off that new leather sheen, because leather naturally can be a little slick at times, and so it's supposed to add a little, not tack. It's supposed to add a little it's hard to like not texture, a little texture, but not scuff. Not scuff. Matte satin, I don't know. But it's like, it is interesting. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't spoken to anybody. No one gave me the rundown here. Dude, holy hell, are we serious? Okay, fine. I won't look at your website. How's that sound? Jesus. Use the same thing. I rub rosin, sweat, and I put my hand in the dirt a little bit so I can have some grip on the ball. I was really surprised because I didn't have anything on my hand. Clever belt is all. They always check everything. I told them I have a job to do. Supposed to check it, and that's too sticky. I can't ignore the substance on there. See, that's the thing though. It's like, what does too sticky mean? Too sticky to you? I just think if the determination is going to be just subjective, right? Whatever the guy's checking's perception of too sticky is the standard. There's no standard. We don't have a standard, and it's one of those things like he's closing. Things haven't going very well, so he's not gonna be like, I'm gonna go cold turkey here just to make sure, because he needs to pitch well, or he's gonna get decimated. So like, I took a chance. Like I did the thing I always did, and we got one guy who was got really excited, and now we lose a roster spot for 10 games. Like this is a crazy suspension now. This needs to be reduced. I understand doing it right away to get people to stop in the middle of the season. Be like, guys, this is extremely crazy suspension. But you can haymaker a dude for 5 games, and we're getting 10 games for pretty sticky, bro. Pretty sticky, man. Or you set the standard at if I feel anything remotely sticky, you're thrown out. Peter Moylan described it well on Bally. Ooh, I will do that. Sent it on my Twitter. Let's check that out real quick. I would love to hear what Peter Moylan has to say, mostly because his accent is awesome. One other thing, I just need to be really clear here. Peter Moylan has the best veneers in the major, like, of all time. I have a prop. I'm gonna go grab it. You guys watch this video. I'll be right back. Took me a minute. I couldn't find what I was looking for. It's gonna look really bad at the beginning, but we're gonna get over it. All right, chat. You guys want to know exactly how this goes? Here we go. Buckle up. So this is something that I used to have in my bag. All right, you guys ready for this? It's like a bat wax, and it's got a little bit of tack, but not like a ton of a ball here. And it is technically a pearl. This hasn't been rubbed down. I mean, it looks like it has been, but it's because I've been like playing with a lot. Okay. In the bullpen, this would be a normal routine. Okay, you get a ball, and there's rosin involved, right? You get a ball, and you just kind of like play with it, because honestly, we're all like, it's like a fidget spinner. We're just like, I'm so nervous, I gotta play. Okay, so you have your ball, and I call this my prep ball. So when it got to like the 7th inning, now please don't yell at me right now. This is all I have, but this was for a video. You can see, whatever. I'm gonna show you what this is. So this is spider tack, but the only reason I have this, look, it's been touched like 3 times. I made videos with this. This never went on a season. This has been in my home the whole time. You can say I'm lying, but you know, this is barely used, so shut up. And this is crazy. Like this stuff it's ridiculous. Like I have no idea why people use this. Not even gonna put it in my hands because I can't even you can't get your fingers off of it. So just say you got your thing and it's rosin rub, which rosin rub, this stuff it's basically a gel version, like a wax version of rosin. Oh my God, see, look at this. So anyway, imagine something's on my fingers, okay? Like the tiniest, like I can't even get any. You get your prep ball, and I would just sit there and be like, here. So what this is doing, because this is not rubbed either, so it would always be, I always grabbed a pearl because it didn't already have mud on it. Because what Moylan was saying was the mud comes off. It does. It basically does not help. All you're doing is creating more dust and slide on your hands, right? So you take a pearl, so you can get the ball covered as you want it to be covered, so you can spread it around your hands. So what it is doing is pulling oil off my hands. So what I would do is if I like shook someone's hand, it didn't feel sticky, right? But if they touch the ball, like, oh, that's sticky. I'm like, well, I'm not gonna use this ball, so it's fine. Rub the ball down. Oh, like if I went on my hand like this, I could go like this, and my hand wouldn't slide. I would just stay. If I go like this, the ball would fall. Like even now, I don't even have anything on my hand that sticks a little bit. So then what I would do is phone rings, like Meg it up. I go like this, and then I just get a fresh ball from him and go. That's it. That was my whole routine. Get all the oil off my hands and then just go pitch. And that's what anyone who is using sticky shit is doing. Now, what the problem was before is people were putting a little, like they were just Bob Rossing a little on their glove. So they go to their little paintbrush over and over again and get some fresh goo. That's cheating. This is different than that. Like I'm just re-rubbing the ball up. I'm rubbing my hands up so that they feel the same as much as you can. So, and then some people do this. They go and they like wet their hair down, and then they get the rosin bag, and then they do the same thing, get it all over the hands, and then rub a ball down with the rosin bag. With the rosin bag that's on the mound. They do it, and then they go and they use the ball, and they throw. And then wherever they're at when they go out there is wherever they're at when they go out there. So I don't really know. But it's what it comes down to is like, if you got to throw a guy out, you got to throw a guy out. But like, why are some guys being told they can wash their hands off and other guys saying they can't? How are we making that distinction? Why is that opportunity being given to anybody? That's really interesting. If it's a no gray area situation, either you did or you didn't, it should be universal. That's it. So what I was doing was slathering everything in spider tack and trying to get 1,000 more spin rate. That's what I'm trying to say.